So this module is all about minerals. So first, what is a mineral? A mineral is a naturally occurring inorganic solid substance with a definite chemical composition and an ordered internal structure. So for example, ice is a mineral. It is naturally occurring. It's inorganic. That means it does not have carbon in it. It has a definite chemical composition, H2O, and its ordered internal structure. So you can see those cubes, ice cubes. So ice cubes as a ice would be a mineral, but water, which is the same composition, since it's a liquid, it is not a mineral. Minerals have a crystalline shape. The particles of a mineral line up in a pattern that repeats, forming a crystal. And so a crystal is a solid with atoms arranged in an orderly repeating pattern. So here is the atoms that make up the crystals that make up gold or pyrite. There are two ways that crystals form. The cooling of hot liquid rock, called magma, causes compounds to combine. So when it is below the Earth's surface, it's called magma. When it comes out onto the Earth's surface, it's called lava. So when the magma underneath the Earth's surface cools slowly, crystals are large. And if it cools really quick, then the crystals are small. And the other way is the evaporation of water that has minerals dissolved in it. So if there's minerals in water and the water goes away, then there's your crystals left behind. So there are some different ways that we can identify minerals. We look at their physical properties, which include the color or the appearance, the luster, the streak, hardness, cleavage, and fracture. And so we're going to go through what each of those are. So at first, we would think that color would be pretty easy to identify minerals, but it can be misleading because there are two minerals there. They both have that goldish color. The one on the left is actually gold. The one on the right is pyrite, fool's gold. So many minerals have a similar appearance, but will have different impurities. Color and appearance are not enough to distinguish these minerals. So luster refers to the way a mineral reflects light from its surface. In other words, how shiny is it? We would say it's metallic if it's shiny like metal, or non-metallic if it's dull and not shiny. We could also use words such as a waxy, pearly, glassy, dull, and silky. The streak is the color of the powdered form of the mineral. So we can take a mineral and slide it across a streak plate, and that leaves behind a color. And so then we can use those colors and figure out what type of mineral it is. Another property is hardness, which is how easily a mineral scratches materials. So we can use the Mohs hardness scale, where diamond's at the top, talc is all the way at the bottom, and then we can use different materials to try to see if it gets scratched or not by using maybe a penny or a nail or a masonry bit or even our fingernail to see how hard mineral is. Cleavage and fracture is just the way that the mineral breaks. So cleavage means that it breaks along smooth, flat surfaces, and a fracture just means that it breaks at random or rough, jagged edges. So on the left, you can see that like salt, that halite on the left is nice, orderly, cubic, and on the right, that olivine is just kind of randomly broken up. And then we can use some of these special properties. So fluorescence, calcite and fluorite will glow under UV light. Some minerals like magnetite are magnetic. Obviously, halite, which is rock salt, tastes salty. And then some minerals have a chemical reaction where you can put a weak acid on it and the mineral will bubble up.